Welcome, everyone, and thank you for coming. And this is going to be the September 2025 energy update. It's the 29th of August today, and I was drawn to do this, and I got the guidance in my meditation. So, in my meditation, I have a brief message for you I wrote down, I'll read, and then we'll go into the cards, what they say, and what guidance will help. And in a meditation, I asked for the colors of this month, and these words came through. September is a light blue with a shade of yellow and a mystical shade of light blue to uplift you all onto the higher realms of consciousness and knowing. Here on earth, we have a narrow view of reality, and yet the doors of perception are opening to all. This is a time of multiple ideas and thoughts coming through from many timelines. Accept them, write them down so you remember them. The unknown is simply a beacon for you to follow, a light from the universe. Feel it, sense it, and you will each know what to do. Sorrow may come out of nowhere. Let it go, as this month energetically aids the uncovering, and the word uncovering seemed important, aids the uncovering of all levels, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, of what no longer serves you. And the word they left me with was believe, believe, believe in yourself. Believe in your actions, believe in divine timing, believe in all possibility. Write it down, maybe put it on your fridge door, but the word believe. And just reading so I don't forget, I asked for more clarity and information about the light blue because there's information in color. And I saw a vision of a washing line with clothes newly washed, and there was a wonderful smell of newness, freshness coming from the clothes, sort of in the breeze. And it felt it was important to have to explore all your senses, all of them, that sense of smell, the perception of that, your intuition, all your 5, 6, 7 senses, explore that, touch, feel, play with that over the month as it's all opening up, and all the other senses will help your intuitive powers. And the washing line very much, is symbolic of all of us hanging our new clothes out, our newly washed clothes. So for me, it's symbolic of our aura, cleansing our aura, our energy bodies, and bringing in the newness of the golden light that's coming in to renew our cells and our energy bodies and our physical bodies. The other information I received was that September especially is a month to focus very much on the sacral chakra, the energy center, and the sacral is just above the base chakra, which is below the belly button near the pubic bone. And I work with healing, and every day I see that those first 3 chakras, the base, the sacral, the solar plexus, are the most important to work on, to release, to heal, as they contain the energetic blueprint of not simply our childhood, but other lives. And as that balances, so the upper chakras of our spiritual world balance as well. So the sacral chakra, the patterns get set between the ages of 7 to 14. So in the month of September, when you sit either in meditation or when you're going on a walk or reflecting upon yourself and your life, tune in to that sacral area below, and converse, talk, ask that area, that energy center, to communicate with you. See if any memories come up, see what happens, and just let go. It's really important for that month of September. And what you can do is bring in that lovely light blue, the color of light blue, to help you to balance that sacral chakra. So now we're going to come to the cards. And usually I will shuffle and let them come out. But this time I felt the need to do it before the time. I've got them lying here because sometimes I need the time to look at the card and allow the message from spirit to come through. What was interesting is that I shuffled and a card flew out for me, and it was the Seven of Pentacles, and then came the Knight of Pentacles. And I thought, I wonder, I wonder if that is correct, because the Seven of Pentacles came out for a client I recently did some cards for. So I put it back and I shuffled again, focusing on and the intention of September. And guess what flew out again? The Seven of Pentacles. So meant to be, and then the Knight as well. So really, really interesting how spirit works, and it's synchronicity, as the psychiatrist Carl Jung used to say. He coined the word synchronicity because of the tarot, because at the very second that we spread the cards out or ask a question, the correct answer always, always comes. And looking at this, the first thing that struck me is the number 7 in the number code frequencies. 7 is very much a spiritual number, and 7 is also a karmic number. So it's bringing up karma and challenges. And interesting, Saturn is very much influencing us, and Saturn is to do with karma and challenges at this very moment for us over the next few months, and it will get easier apparently in February. So the number 7, although it's spiritual, there are a lot of challenges, and the challenges are very much on the ground in our ordinary, everyday, daily life. And because we may feel overwhelmed with some of the challenges, whether they family, work, health, relationships, our issues, our patterns, our feelings about the world, the good thing about the 7 is that you can see the person is looking back at all their hard work, their hard labor, and thinking that, I don't think I've achieved much, it just doesn't seem worth it. But this card is saying, absolutely, you have achieved so much. It's a time for you to smell, really, smell the sweetness of your life. Go out into nature or into your garden and smell the roses, smell a flower, and believe that you have achieved so much more than you feel you have. It's like you've been bogged down. And it's also saying that you need a break. If you can take a holiday, that's the best, or a weekend, or even a couple of hours just to switch the phone off, switch everything off, and just go out on your own. And on your own is the best, because you don't have to talk or compromise or be who you are, who you don't feel you are. When you're on your own, it's simply you, nature, and the spiritual world and your soul essence. And the other thing with the 7 of Pentacles, with the Knight, both of them are Pentacles, which is very much the earth, the foundation. So it's dealing with everyday life, which is important. We're coming to the spiritual in a minute, but it's also saying the need for grounding. So the need to put your bare foot on the ground, either going down to the beach, just walking in nature, walking anywhere where you can just feel that you're part of the earth, and looking after your body, movement, exercise, movement that is shifting, just shifting and releasing the old will help your body to bring in the new and the new light. And with the Knight of Pentacles, it's very much about, although progress may seem slow this month, or may seem slow for you, it's necessary to be slow. If things were too quick, it would just burst into flames. So there's a reason for it all to be slow this month and over the coming months. And then from the beginning of the year, it gets quicker. And we also have to be ready for what's ahead of us. So slow and sure gets you there. Slow and sure gets you there. And if there's someone in your life, it could be either family or work or friend, anyone around you who you feel is blocking you or holding you back, it may be time to reflect on that and see, can I let this person go? Or if I still need to have them in my life, to perhaps change the way you approach them, change the way you communicate with them so that their communication or the way they are seems to be less of an obstacle, less of an obstacle. So those are the two cards. And interesting, the next one was the Nine of Wands. And the nine, immediately I was struck with the numbers seem very important to me this time. The nine, we are numerologically, I can never say it. In numerology, the nine, we are all in a universal 9 years. The whole world is in a universal 9 year, which means the whole world is coming to the end of a very important life cycle. We're coming to the end in the next few months, and by the beginning of January, February, we'll be in a whole new cycle. And another card came out at the end, and it was also a nine, the Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of anxiety within and around, but that's coming to an end. And it's not just anxiety now, it's battles that you have fought for what seems like such a long time, so many obstacles. And your health, you're aware of headaches, your stomach, shoulder, back pain, but that's coming to an end because everything's been kind of shook up to be released for the new to come in. We can't have the new without the old ending, and that's within us and our bodies as well as spirit. So 2 nines, very important, coming to the end of a universal 9. And then with that, the other cards, really interesting. We've got the world card, we've got the Tower, polar opposites. The Tower to me is talking about the world, the wars in the world events, the conflicts, and we are all feeling it, and we're feeling it, and it's a breaking down of structures, and it's a breaking down. I'm getting the word root. You know, our root chakra, our very foundations are being shook up, and it's affecting us because we need to have a degree of security in order to function. But that's coming, and that's why the sacral chakra energy center is so important, to ground yourself, to work with that, and root yourself, the sacral and the base root chakra. And the world is a wonderful card because it's the beginning of not just a new cycle, but it's a new transition into another way of being, which is what we are all entering now and over the next couple of years, the next 2 years, especially next year and the year after, leading up to 2027, 28. So we're all entering this new phase, and it's also a new 21-year cycle for us. And this isn't the Rider-Waite. I use these cards, but I always can visualize on the Rider-Waite card, the woman was wearing, the androgynous woman was wearing a purple scarf. And I always see that purple scarf, and that shows the opening of your individual spirituality that none of us can deny. There's an opening from spirit that's causing us to wake up. And when we wake up, it's like we're being cracked open. And when we're cracked open, it's very painful. It's painful and it's necessary. And then the new can come in. So that is really lovely to have the Tower and the world, the Tower being a reflection of what's going on in the whole world. And also, I want to say the message coming that over the next year, there may be some earth shifts, which is good, coming from Mother Earth. Mother Earth is awakening and is going to put her stamp on what is happening. And the earth shifts and earthquakes, in whichever way it comes, will be good because it will then cause mankind to work together. It will put a stop to some of the wars when people realize actually we need to stick together. So that's more longer term. But for now, it's very much about your foundation, taking care of your body, your emotional self, releasing emotional stress from your body, from your life, and looking after ordinary everyday tasks that need to be done, sorting out paperwork, sorting out irritating things we don't like, but get it done, and also work out the new way of communicating with people that you find difficult. Because when you do that, then it changes the energy around them and they communicate very, very differently. Anxiety is something that we're all dealing with at the moment, and that will get better over September, October. But the internalization of the anxiety is not good because it causes this buildup of stress in your connective tissues and the fascia. And I see it every day with my clients. So when I do my sessions in person and online, one of the things I do is to release the buildup, the excess stress and trauma that everybody's experiencing. And then the body and the nervous system can relax. There's also a buildup behind the neck and the shoulders as well, as the trauma and stress from the last 7 years is coming up in our bodies to be released. If anybody wants to join my monthly healing group, which is starting after the holidays now in September, please let me know, because we're going to be working on releasing a lot of trauma and stress from the fascia connective tissue so that we can open up more to our intuitive and soul self. And then lastly, I chose a lovely oracle card from Denise Lynn, Enchanted Forest. And it's this beautiful card, maple spirit. And the word on here is generosity. The maple tree is very interesting because it's very hardy. So it's reminding you of the fact that you are resilient. You have incredible strength within you. That tree is standing upright. Don't allow yourself to be swayed by your anxiety or your fears or other people. Stick to your guns, stick to your path, stick to your purpose. Don't be distracted by what everyone else is doing or thinking you're not good enough or what I want to say isn't good enough. Allow your throat chakra to open and express your truth, because your truth is just as important as everyone else. And the word generosity, it speaks to you of the importance of giving freely, being generous to everyone without asking anything in return. And you will be surprised at what comes your way, what you will receive. And in fact, being generous is the key to everything, because being generous talks about having an open heart and just offering love, because to me, generosity and love is the same thing. So be generous in your openness, in what you give of yourself, your love, and at the same time, keep your boundaries up to those who do drain you. So you need to have a fine balance. But just think of that word generosity, write it down with the word believe that came through with the guides, believe and the generosity, and it will be a really wonderful month that you will flow through with great ease. So I hope that helped, and don't know what happened there. Hope that helped. And any comments, anything you want to say, please hit the comment button. Share this video with anyone you think it might help. And mid-September, I'll be back because I want to just do a little mini energetic update to help you through the rest of September, because it's a very important month. But I'll be back soon, the next few days or so, to do a healing transmission that we'll all need. So thank you for being here. Love to you all.